Hello, Simone Knego. Welcome to Entrepreneur Talks, a podcast run by Women Flicks. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you so much for having me here today, Yola. I'm so excited to be here.
You're welcome. I am truly excited because reading your description and like your bio, and I'm like, wow, amazed by the things you've been doing. But before we get into tell me, where are you talking from?
I am in Sarasota, Florida.
Oh, okay. And what time is there? Morning, right?
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Fantastic. Yep. Fantastic. And in 3 words, can you describe your person? In 3 words.
That's a really good question. Outgoing, storyteller. I guess that's 2 words right there. No, you can put them together. So outgoing, storyteller, and mom.
Oh, fantastic. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Lovely, lovely. So now we're gonna go for your story again, like you storyteller. So I'm talking with the best person to describe a story. So let's describe this story, this amazing story. So you are in your daily life, yes. What do you do, Simone? Who is Simone?
So I am a mom. First of all, I'm a mom. I have 6 children. I'm a wife. I've been married for almost 28 years to my husband. I'm an author. I'm a motivational speaker. And I think most of all, I'm a friend. I'm a storyteller. I love to talk to other people. I love that piece of human connection. That's so important to me.
Oh, that's amazing. So I know you've been doing a lot of stuff, like amazing stuff that one of my dreams, which is to climb one of the biggest mountains in the world. And you did it. And would you like to talk about it? Because I'm
curious. Yeah, absolutely.
What made you go to that?
So I'll start by saying I am not a climber. And I joke that I've been camping a few times, but that's about it. So a friend of ours had climbed Kilimanjaro the year before, and he went with an organization called the Livestrong Foundation, which basically they were fundraising for, it's an organization that does support for cancer patients, pretty much everything they need. And so they asked my husband, hey, do you want to go? And he basically said, no, thank you, call Simone. So
you know the wife.
Yeah. So I had a conversation. I said, yeah, I'm in. It was not a bucket list item before I had that phone call. But then as soon as I said, this is going to be a really life-changing experience, I was completely on board. And it was, and I think bringing it back to, I think sometimes we're so scared to try new things that we instantly start with the mindset, oh, we can't do this. And I don't start with that mindset anymore, because I really feel like we can do something as long as we want to do it. Awesome. I've had friends say, oh, I can never climb Kilimanjaro. And my first question is, do you want to? No. Yeah. And I said, okay, well, that's the narrative. It's not that you can't do it. It's that you don't want to do it, which is a completely different ballgame. So yeah,
How long was that? How long you like this walk, this climbing, how long lasted?
Yeah. So the climb up was about 5 days and the climb down was 2 days. So 5 days up, 2 days down. I was gone for over 2 weeks though, because I had to get used to the time change at the beginning, and then a day or two of rest afterwards. And then obviously the flights are very long. So it was probably, I was gone about 2 weeks, and I already had 6 kids. So, I did this with 6 kids at home. My husband was a trooper.
But it's true. Remember at the beginning, he said, no, thank you. Speak with Simone. And Simone said, yeah. So,
I know. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations. And
thank you.
I know that to climb any mountain that is that kind, like a huge, like Kilimanjaro, is a mission. it's a mission on the way, like you need to train yourself for months.
Mhm.
Train in a way because the breathing, right? I watched a couple of documentaries and also I think it's a movie that I watched. Did you watch any movie related with the mountains? Have you?
Not, I didn't watch about Kilimanjaro. I mean, I think I watched some documentaries but it wasn't about the climbing part. It was more about the environment and the beauty.
Yeah.
But I have watched, movies about Everest. That's a completely different mountain. That is, technically challenging. And, Kilimanjaro, trust me, it's a hard climb, but it's not technical in the sense that you're not going through like glacier fields. You don't need crampons, like the metal spikes to go over the ice. So it really is about training your getting in the best shape you can get in, and understanding that when you get to elevation, it's how your body responds to it. I mean, some people struggle, some people don't struggle as much. Everybody struggles. But for me, when I got up to the higher elevation, I didn't have so many struggles. I felt really good, actually.
Good.
But one thing I did was I trained, and the kids always laughed at me because I trained, it's called an elevation training mask. And it's this thing you wear over your face, and you can adjust the valves on the side to kind of, I think I was able to go up to like 18,000 feet. And it doesn't, obviously you have to have this chemical change when you get on top of a mountain, but you're able to build your lung capacity. And so that's kind of the purpose of that. I would wear it to the gym. I would wear it around the house. And again, the kids were like, seriously, Mom? I'm like, yeah, seriously. If I'm doing this, I'm preparing myself, and I don't care what it looks like. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So there we go. Wow. I say congratulations again.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
And on the way of this or before, did you wrote the book? Tell me.
So I wrote the book after. So I wrote the book just over last year. It came out in October. So it was more of it started a little bit before COVID, but it was more of a COVID project. And I think actually being home kind of gave me the time to really schedule it like a job and really put the time in to get it finished.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So what's the name?
It's called The Extraordinary Unordinary You. And it's about realizing what you're capable of and recognizing that the things you do every day truly have the power to inspire the people around you, that your choices matter, that the little things you do matter. You don't have to be the celebrity on stage, or, you go into something where I have to change the whole world. No, you do the little things that you do every day, and that truly does impact the world.
Totally.
And I think that's so important to remind ourselves, because I think we get so caught up in looking at what everybody else does. What matters is what you do. And so I wrote the stories about we adopted our youngest 3 children. So it's their adoption stories. It's a story about Kilimanjaro. There's stories about, the good, the bad, the ugly. Like I think it's important to share, the hard moments as well, because, those truly connect us.
Right. Yes. Yes. And when do you start? You said it's been like a more COVID production, like, because you release your book on that time. But when did you start to write, or what exactly was the reason? Okay, I want to write a book about why you did write the book.
Yeah. It started because I had this volunteer role where I was doing a lot of public speaking. And every time I would share my stories, I would have people say to me, do you have a book? And I'd say, no, I don't have a book. They're like, you should write a book. And I'm like, I'm not a writer. But you know what? Again, limiting myself, saying that I can't, I couldn't do this. And so then the more I thought about it, the more I thought, like, why not? There's no better time, right? Than now. It's always now is the time. And so, I really sat down and kind of thought, how do I tie it all together? And what I decided is that, I struggled for a long time with my self-worth, what I felt like I was bringing to the world. And I think that was a moment where people would say to me, you're so inspiring. And I'm like, I'm just me, and I think that was kind of the piece that said, this is what you're going to write the book about. You're going to take all your stories in and talk about what you realized about yourself. And the big message that I really like sharing is that I truly believe that we don't need to change who we are, that we need to change the way we see ourselves, because we all have extraordinary pieces within us. And yes, we're all ordinary, we're all unordinary, and we're all extraordinary. So that's kind of like the theme that ties it all together.
Yes, because I realized that your slogan or your brand is called unordinary.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just brought up again, and I love it. I love it. This different, because ordinary, everyone is ordinary, but unordinary, there we go. We still can be unordinary, but it's very rare to listen this word. I never heard before.
Yeah. I mean, people talk about extraordinary, but people don't talk about unordinary. But again, when we look at each other, when we talk to each other, we all have stories, right? We all have moments in our lives that are very powerful, and that makes us unordinary. But I think so much of the time we go through our lives thinking, no, and it's important for us to see that, yes, we all have it in us.
That's correct. And about your book, coming back to your book again, what kind of audience do you expect to get your book or to read your book?
So when I wrote it, I really wrote it for women and, stay-at-home moms, women going back into the workforce. What I've realized is the more people that read it, the more I'm like, oh, okay, that's another thought. But what I've found the most interesting is that the men that read it have such a great response, because I was actually on a podcast the other day with the podcast host found me because he found the book and he loved the title, and he took the book and he highlighted and he underlined, and he was like, I basically wrote a book report about this book. He's like, I felt that it was so powerful and the statements in it are so moving. And so I was like, okay, men too. But really my focus is women. But, I think that, again, just like women struggle, men struggle. We have different struggles, but, we still, so.
And they like to write, they like to read as well, to see the perspective of our vision, the way we think and the way we react to things, because we know as human beings, we are all different, and especially if we are women or men or female or male. And it's really good. It's really good to see that these guys reading, and I'm sure will be more. They will have more and more guys reading your book. So, looks like we are frozen. Hello, 1, 2. Can you hear me, Simone? Oh. I can see you, but I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. Are you there?
Yeah.
You're there.
It was.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, is these things happening, especially now during these times with COVID, because there's so many people online.
Yeah.
Companies are the network, the data. I don't know. It's just I've been having problems, so I apologize if it's coming from my side. And
it's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes things happen, right? And then we just move forward.
That's right.
It's part of life.
I don't look too much to the problem. I go forward. I move forward.
Yeah.
I just want to apologize. Yeah. And I want to mention as well that you do have 6 children, right? You mentioned.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Plus 2 dogs.
3 dogs.
Oh, 3 dogs. Oh, wow.
My kids would like 4 dogs, but that's not happening.
How old is the oldest and the youngest?
Yeah. So our oldest right now is 24 and our youngest is 13.
Oh my God, you don't look like you got 6 children and you keep smiling.
Thank you.
It's not like it's a bad thing, because it's not. It's an amazing journey. It's an amazing experience. I do only have 1, which I love children. I would love to have 6. That was always my number, but didn't happen. But I do imagine how much fun do you have with your kids at home, and plus the 3 dogs.
Yeah, it's chaos, not necessarily organized chaos. Sometimes it's just chaos, but you know what? We like it that way. And what's funny is that my number was one. My number was one.
You see? You see
No.
how the
Yeah.
universe does things to people?
Yeah.
My number was 6. I'm serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always dream, I having 6 girls, but no, I only
Mhm.
got one, and I love her, and
Yeah.
I'm glad with as well. But and one dog, one daughter, one dog.
Yeah. That's
Actually,
good.
yeah, big dog, crazy dog. Fun. It's fun to have dogs. So I would like to ask you for any mom that is like a tip. If you could say something to a mom or to a woman that is a mom but is looking to start a business, what would you like to say to them?
Mm. So I think the biggest thing is don't be so hard on yourself. I think that sometimes we're so hard on ourselves, and you know, there's days where you can't get it all done. It just doesn't happen. And so, there'll be days where, I couldn't make it to some kid's event. I had a speaking engagement, or, I couldn't get all of the work done. I had to cancel an appointment. But I think if we focus on those pieces, we're scared to move forward. And I think that, saying, okay, I'm going to go back to work, and oh my gosh, what will my family do? You know what? They're going to do great. And I think it's so important for our kids to see that they are truly loved, they are truly cared for. And yes, mom can still go out there and do amazing things beyond what she's doing at home. And for my kids, it's such a great lesson for them to see you can do it all. And some days are really messy, and that's okay. Like that's how our life is. It's like, oh, I forgot the lunch and I forgot the water. And you know what? They can order lunch. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all okay. What can we do? It's okay. It's just
Yeah.
a positive thinking is really important.
Yeah.
That's why you can have 6 kids or 12. It's because you're gonna be fine all the time.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Simone, and for this opportunity to have you here with me. And my last question is going to be how people can connect with you, where they can find about you and about your work on social
Yes.
media.
So I love saying this, but I'm afraid eventually this streak will end. But I am the only Simone Knego in the world, so it's really easy to find me.
Wow, good.
Yeah. So my website is simoneknego.com, and I'm on Instagram, author Simone Knego. I'm on LinkedIn, Simone Knego, and Facebook, also author Simone Knego, but also Unordinary You. So you can find me. And if you find me, I would love to have a conversation with you. My big, one of my biggest goals is that, and why I share my stories is to impact one person. And if I can impact one person, then I truly have done my job. So
yeah.
If you want to have a conversation, I'm here for it. So thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Simone. All this information, including the social media, where to find Simone Knego, will be on the description of the podcast. So you can go and click and get in touch with Simone. She's amazing. Thank you once again. And I wish you all the best and continuously move and transform lives through your own experience and story to move people and to make them think, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. And never mind, doesn't matter. It's all right.
It's exactly. And that's the whole thing, is you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself.
Yeah. You just made my day. Just this word is very important for me, especially today. It's not like I don't remember, or it's not like I don't believe, but sometimes it's good to hear them back from another person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We know we do believe, but sometimes it's really good. And
you
now
need that reminder.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're
Bye.
welcome. You're welcome.